Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. I know I just saw you guys just a couple of minutes ago, but our good friend DM James has lit a fire under my butt, and it's been far too long since I touched my Archon Studios Rampart Kickstarter stuff. I've got a mountain of stuff that I've just been, like I said, over on Fritz's show, lollygagging. And so thank you, DM James. The other day, you inspired me to put together this bad boy right here. Let's get a mini here. Something cool to give you some sense of scale. I got a Conan looking dude here. That doesn't work, but whatever. For scale, it's a 28 mil. The tank's actually probably more like 30 mil scale. But Archon makes the greatest freaking kits ever. Got your turret rolling. The main gun moves just a little, unless I made a mistake, and the back opens up. And as you can see, if you're a clever modeler out there, you can already see the first big mistake I made. And I'd watched some other videos on how to put this together and things like that. Just wanting to get a couple of tips before I put it together. And first big mistake: how in the world am I going to paint all that detail in there now that it's all assembled? Probably not. That to be honest, had I known then what I know now, I will not take this off. Put this main plate on. I will not glue it on next time because I'll never get in there. I might not even put some of the other stuff together. There are a couple of tips I can give you right off the bat. Be very careful with the open hatches because there are a couple. Don't glue them. Just pop them in there. There's one up here. It's just dry fitting up. I got to primer that. This one opens and closes, but it's going to fall off if you're not careful. But I just primed it because the little guy, he saw me putting it together and was like, oh my god, I want to paint that one. And I'm like, well, I got 5 more, so I guess I'll let you paint this one. But it was a lot of fun. I can't tell you how much fun it is. I love the assembly part almost as much as I love the painting part. There's also some detail in the front compartment that you will never see. As you can see, there's a hatch that you're supposed to put in there, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Let me show you why. See this little hatch here? Not a big deal, right? But you know how often I'm looking for exactly this kind of part when I'm scratch building something? Now I've got one. There's a couple other pieces, a half of a radioactive canister I didn't put in there because why not, right? Now I've got one to dress up a piece of terrain. There's this little piece here I didn't put on the inside because I realized I'll never be able to paint it, so why not save it? And a couple other little pieces that I managed to just not glue on because, like I said, I can use them for later. And this one's going to go with a snow camouflage pattern. I really need to take a page from Rick from 28 millimeter and break out the dang airbrush. We've had an airbrush in our collection, a brand new, relatively nice. It cost me about $1.50 for it, and it's been sitting in the box brand new for almost a year now. And even though my garage is a disaster, I'm gonna try and get that going. So guys, please kick me in the tail and help me. Oh, another mistake I made. See that right there? See that gap right there by the treads? But then look over here, you can actually see the wheel. Would have never noticed it without you guys' help inspiring me to get to building some models. I've got 5 more of these. I've got 2 mechs from the Archon Studios Rampart Kickstarters. Almost everything from the Kickstarter that's never been put together except some of the stretch goals because those are easy little projects. Well, I need to get off my butt. So thank you, DM James, for inspiring me to get into it, start doing the things. Not just playing the games and talking about the games, but actually painting up some miniatures, assembling some models. James, what do you think? Is this 40K worthy to you? I mean, I don't play 40K, but you know, I do have actual plans for this. And believe it or not, of all things, a Shadows of Brimstone game, right? Well, if you play Shadows of Brimstone and you follow the Warlord Kickstarter that's now like 3 years behind schedule, then you know. There's also this little hatch right here. Believe it or not, this double visor is supposed to move up and down, and I didn't know. The instructions are, you know, like Lego instructions. There's no words, so anybody can put it together. But if you didn't know beforehand, by the time you get to that part, it's too late. So I had to clip off some nubs to get it in there, just to get it to fit. And you know, it's not a big deal if it opens or closes, but it's kind of a cool little feature. Just like, you know, the main hatch here and the hatch here, and of course this back here. I feel terrible that, you know, that won't actually get to see any paint. Let me see if I can find the instructions for this. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not them. Man, my area is a disaster today. Well, in the photo from the instruction book, wherever that is, you know, I bet it's in the box. Sure enough, it's in the box. I thought of a way to cheat. Here's the instruction book, but as you can see, there's no words. It's just, you know, just Lego-like instructions, which is really cool. They're normally really quite easy to put together. You just got to know what you're doing. You got to use the right tools, the right glue. Make sure you sand all those mold lines, and you know, do the things. But okay, check out this picture right here. Okay, that's the guys jumping out of the tank, right? What do you see in the background behind the guys? That red glow from like the red alert, you know, light. Well, I'm just going to spray the entirety of that with a nice pinkish red neon sort of paint, so it just looks like that particular scene. Now, all the stuff you're seeing here, including little commissar lady right here, one of my favorite miniatures of all time, and there's some rampart scenery in the background over here to give you an idea of just how sweet this project is. The troops, I don't have anything like that, but I got these alien dudes from one of the not stretch goals, but the Star Side sort of promo pack, which, Archon, come on, you've been keeping me hanging for like 2 years. Star Side is one of the main reasons I hooked up with you guys. Let's see that, you know, maybe 2023. I know you're working on the next Dungeons and Lasers Kickstarter, which looks fantastic. But come on, guys, it's Dungeons and Lasers, not just Dungeons and Monsters. Let's get some sci-fi, all right? I'm your biggest fan, according to you guys. So, how about it? Can we see a little more sci-fi action this year? You know, I got an idea for sci-fi that'll just take the entire gaming universe by storm, but I'm not sharing it with you till you guys get back to me, okay? Otherwise, maybe I'll just, you know, do it myself on a 3D printer, and you guys, you know, will be like, oh man, we should have listened to Shadow. But there you go. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is called the Wolverine tank. Cool. I'm waiting for the Punisher tank and the Spider-Man, you know, Walker, and, you know, whatever else you guys want to throw our way. I get it, you know. Wolverine's a great character. Punisher, blah, 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 you know. I get it, you know. Nothing wrong with a little bit of that, you know, kind of inspiration. But there you have it, folks. Just wanted to get this out. Make sure I give credit where credit is due, and that goes to James L. Not James L. Oh, I'm sorry, James. DM James. I've been talking to James L. a lot lately, guys. DM James, if you haven't checked out his channel, go check him out. Of course, you've all checked out his channel. His subscriber count is off the chart. But DM James, thank you very much for lighting a fire under my bum so that I could get this done and move on to the next project, which I already did, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow because I want to get some paint on it before I show it off because it'll just look better. But then I get to move on to the mechs, which, wow, those are incredible models. But again, there you have it. Usually I do the roar, but tanks don't roar, right? But thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for putting up with my shenanigans. I hope to see you guys tonight on our craft video. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days where we just pump out videos. Of course, I'll be hanging out with the guys on Table Breakers talking about dragons again. Just I guess because it just feels like that with the weather. Maybe let's go fight some dragons because the only good dragon is a dead dragon. Yeah. So until next time, guys. Happy trails. See you real soon.